in the game, cause see the boxing voice.
This is the Boxing Voice here with the legendary promoter Frank Warren. Another show for you, I guess.
Yeah, another show, but a special show, and I'm really looking forward to it. You know, we've talked about two shows today. One is the 30th of this month, which is at the Copper Box, where we've got unfortunate news that Billy Joe Saunders has a hand injury, so he's had to withdraw from his fight. But we're going ahead with a show, and we've added to it Hughie Fury, who will be fighting for the WBO Intercontinental title on the bill. And if he wins his fight against a Yank that we're bringing in, Stan Cassie, then he will hopefully get a top 5 ranking, and we'll put him into the mix with all the rest of these in this very exciting heavyweight scene.
I mean, over in America recently, it's kind of died down a little bit. There was a so-called Cold War between HBO and Showtime. Now, is that the sort of case over here now with Box Nation, Sky Sports, you and Matchroom, and with Eddie Hearn with them sensational comments saying that he might go on the same night?
Right. Well, first of all, HBO and Showtime are professional. They're TV channels, and they're run by professional people who don't come up with stupid remarks like we're going to run on the same night as you. It's childish. You know it's not going to happen. Who is Anthony Joshua, even if that were going to happen, and it's not? Who would he possibly fight on the 9th of July that is going to come anywhere near the rematch between Tyson Fury and Vladimir Klitschko? Who's he going to fight, Anthony Joshua?
I absolutely agree with you. I mean,
it's a stupid remark that he's made. We know it's not going to happen, and they'll be looking at the fight on the 25th of June, and they'll be doing that probably at the O2, and that's what's going to happen. It will probably happen. He will not be fighting anybody at Wembley on the 9th of July. It's a load of rubbish.
I mean, sooner or later, with the media demand, the public demand, sooner or later it's going to be two massive giants colliding, AJ and Tyson.
They both keep winning. You know, Tyson's got a tough fight on his hand. I mean, he's not fighting some rollover. He's fighting a guy who's has probably been a standout heavyweight champion of the last 10, 15 years, or certainly since Lennox Lewis has retired. And he's got the rematch with him, and Klitschko knows he can't fight like he did last time. He's going to have to change his game plan entirely and fight a different fight. So Tyson's got his hands full, and he's got to win that fight. If he comes through that fight, then obviously there are other big fights there for him to have. And if it's Anthony Joshua, then I'm sure, you know, him and his team will go ahead with that fight.
How easy would it be to negotiate with Matchroom? I mean, just imagine if the fight was to happen now. I know Mick Hennessy promotes Tyson, but say if you were the promoter, I mean, talk about the purse split. I mean, who at this moment, in your opinion, who would have the lion's share of that purse? It would be Tyson, right?
Why not?
Yeah, exactly. But Eddie Hearn was saying it should be 50-50.
Well, you can say what he likes, Eddie Hearn. He doesn't determine what goes on. You know, his last fight, Anthony Joshua, was at the O2, and there were 14,000 tickets to sell there. The rest of them are corporate boxes. You know, Tyson, when he fought Vladimir Klitschko last time around, there were over 50,000 people in the stadium. You know, the linear champion, the man who beat the man, is Tyson Fury. And if you want to say that Anthony Joshua, on the strength of knocking out a guy who's probably the worst heavyweight champion I've ever seen in my time in boxing, then you can go along with all the Eddie Hearn BS, because that's most of the time what comes at he spouts as regarding the heavyweight division. You know, you see the fight. What did you think it was like? What did you think the Yank was like? Did you think he was a credible champion?
Well, you know, I had my doubts before the fight anyway. I mean,
let's talk about after the fight. Before the fight, we can all have our opinions. What did you think after your own eyes watched it?
Well, AJ did what he should have done. Yeah.
We're not talking about him. I'm talking about the fighter. He won the title.
Oh yeah, he was disappointing, definitely.
Disappointing, was his worst heavyweight champion you've ever seen. And if you add to that, who's he fighting next? They're talking about Malik Scott, the fellow who Derek Chisora did in about 5 or 6 rounds.
Do you still promote Derek Chisora?
No, I don't. I parted company with him after he fought a guy from Brazil who was a common opponent. Remember the big Brazilian who Derek fought when Derek came in overweight? It was a common opponent between actually Anthony Joshua and Martin. Anthony knocked him out in 2 rounds, and he went 10 rounds.
No other sight in the game, cause see the boxing voice.